All right, so as we catch up to speed, welcome to perhaps the most awaited round of 12 matchup. And it's important that we pay attention to TaToH's scout because he's looking to steal resources, and he could not have been more unlucky. He missed the boars and he missed the sheep right there. Probably a big reason that TaToH wanted to pick the Mongols in the first place. Look at that. He missed both of those boars there. And again, here we are. Round of 12. Winner here will move on. And we'll be facing... Well, I forget who they're facing, actually. I'll get back to you on that later. TaToH was third place in his group. DauT was second place in his group. Two teammates, two good friends. And I think this will be our most competitive best of 5 in the round of 12. Both played very well in the group stage. However, I would say that TaToH, he really got to his heights of skill at the end of the group. It was slow at the start. It looked messy. It was unconvincing with strategy the first round or two. For DauT, it was actually the other way around. I felt like DauT's strategy was strong. DauT was playing smooth and collected the first round or two. And then DauT lost a couple games near the tail end of group stage. That kind of shocked me a little bit. But I looked at TaToH's draft, and we were a little uncertain on where certain civilizations would be played. And so I think the possible strategies that he'll have available with his civilizations at least don't fit the meta that I'm used to. And at least in this particular game, he clearly went out to try and get an early lead versus DauT by stealing some resources. He didn't find any, but what he did see is these golds for DauT. They're right below the hill. TaToH's got a back gold, and TaToH's got lots of stuff beneath hills as well, but at least his gold position is going to be better for now. Not the first time. Oh, winner faces Yo. Thank you. That's going to be epic. Either way you look at it, it's going to be epic, either DauT versus Yo or TaToH versus Yo. But yeah, we've had some really open map generations on this map. And I think that might be another reason why the Mongols is actually a good pick here for TaToH. Because the conversation surrounding the Mongols is always if they don't do enough damage, then what do they do? Certainly on this map, you have the potential for that. So we'll see. But yeah, DauT picking Byzantines here, that surprised me. He had Aztecs available. So I don't know, maybe he expected Mongols and felt like Mongols are good against Aztecs because of TaToH's performance in Red Bull with the Steppe Lancers. Granted, I think that was Tatars. I think it was Tatars versus Aztecs, but still it was a legendary game. DauT's played Byzantines for years. I remember all the Mimi games back in the day. I've got a couple on my YouTube channel where he made like 70, 80 skirms. It's like 6 archer ranges, 1 town center economy, only skirms, and he was just poning people. It's crazy. But yeah, 1 lumber camp start for him. And he's gone for the early barracks here. And he's going to play into a range for sure. I would expect spears from DauT. Spears and walls, because again, Mongols can be in feudal age much faster. Yeah, like TaToH, he didn't find any resources at DauT's base. And he also didn't get his own sheep here. So DauT should be taking that. TaToH's scout is over here. Oh, wow, and he was finding the sheep in the back of his base, too. So, wow, this has been... It's a fast start, don't get me wrong, but it's good that he's found these sheep. The lamer is actually the guy who'll be lacking resources here. Byzantines can defend so easily. DauT's going to see this, realize TaToH's over here. Doesn't know exactly what TaToH's going for. But has walled up the back of his base. Will aim to wall here. And the first thing he does is add a spearman. And he does go for the archer range. I think Castle Age is where the Byzantines should dominate here. Feudal Age, Mongols have lots of opportunity. But in Castle Age, there's no exciting bonuses for the Mongols. And DauT Scout's here. And DauT Scout's going to be chased down. DauT doesn't actually know what TaToH's doing yet. But now he's going to see the second scout from TaToH, so we'll have an idea. But I feel like this is probably fine, right? By the way, we're using the old patch, because the new patch you can't block. Units run through each other. It's broken, so... TaToH with the beautiful blocks here, and he kills DauT Scout, and never mind, I take it back. I think DauT would prefer to have his scout. But TaToH having 4 scouts already, my goodness. Also, we'll scout that there's some stone in the back here. I think he's scouting to see what this map looks like, and he goes for stone walls? What? That's crazy. I mean, he's going to be fully walled in a bit here, but stone walls is not something I expected here from TaToH. I think he's expecting DauT to be fully defended and walled at home eventually, and he doesn't want whatever counterattack from DauT to threaten him in that area. This is a big section of his map that he'll want to use, but DauT's got to be careful here. He does have 4 spearmen on the field. He gets his walls down. Here we'll drop a house. He just needs a palisade as well. Boom, gets the walls down. And guys, it's possible that TaToH expected this, which is why he decided to wall so early and commit so much. DauT did make 4 skirmishers and 4 spearmen. There's also a hole here. DauT. 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 No! You gotta check for holes. TaToH's just gonna sit there, but DauT can see it with the lumber camp, which is kind of funny. Any other Civ wouldn't see it. And DauT's gonna be like, are you kidding me? What is this crap? Oh, but you had the timed out, and he's gonna lose 1 vil. He could lose more as well. Honestly, wouldn't have surprised me at all if TaToH committed there. TaToH, are you leaving? What's going on? Is he gonna leave? Should we be surprised that he's leaving here, guys? I think I get it. I get the fact that he wants to leave because he doesn't know what's going to happen with this. And he wouldn't be able to ever leave again, but I think TaToH would have also, on a different day, maybe gone in to kill more villagers there. At the end of the day, TaToH's killed 1 villager and he's killed 1 scout. And TaToH has completed his stone walls there. He's farming away at home. And DauT's going to find it pretty difficult to find any damage here, and I think DauT's hoping for that. But on one hand, you could say leaving is a mistake because there, you could have killed more villagers. On the other hand, there were going to be 4 spearmen from DauT. But we'll see. DauT's making a lot of trash units now. He's going to make even another spearman, and he'll just simply house wall up behind all this. But with what I've seen in TaToH's position, I've seen all the golds from DauT. I have a slight eco lead. I would just rush to Castle Age, and I would all in on this hill. I think everything about this game is going to be TaToH denying gold from DauT. TaToH, for whatever reason, clicks a wolf there. That was probably a mistake. And TaToH's known for his Step Lancer play. Maybe it'll be Step Lancers in Siege with the Mongols. About 500 food for the Spaniard. He's got decent gold count. He's got an amazing base for himself. And so often the Mongols can get success and they win a game because of their attacks. But in this game, TaToH was able to rush eco upgrades and rush farms with those upgrades and just set up his economy to then kill fast in Castle Age. But again, it's mid-castle. Mid-castle and beyond even. I think I prefer the Byzantines. I'm expecting to see DauT show some level of urgency here, by the way. Because from what he can see, he sees the stable. He sees the blacksmith. He hasn't done any damage. He's produced a lot of army. And he's probably worried that TaToH's going to be up to the next stage faster. And DauT loves this market, so I'd expect a market here or a market here. And while it will feel unnatural for DauT, he might even want to sell his stone. Just buy some food and somehow get up to the next stage here. You think leaving was the right call? He wouldn't have gotten any more kills? Yeah, maybe. Again, it's tricky. I can understand it from both sides. But TaToH, who has 4 scouts and full map control, probably feeling pretty good about this, wants to start up the series with a victory. And DauT's played Byzantines many times before. He knows Byzantines' potential to come back in games. DauT's got an army composition that could still get value in the mid-game, right? Depending on what the TaToH will go for and when they engage. And TaToH's actually just going to send 1 villager over here to the neutral stone. So this stone's forward, this stone's forward. But he's got the neutral stone there in the corner that he scouted. And so if he wants to drop town centers, he can do that again. He's going to recoup the cost of these stone wall. And I really like this stone wall, actually. I think a lot of players just don't do things like this these days. Also, I do not think there is a hole here. I know it looks weird to see a 2-tile house go down and only have a 1-tile stone behind it, but it's just the positioning of it. We're gonna see Step Lancers! Man, one of my best callouts as a caster ever was at Red Bull World Low Legacy when TaToH made Step Lancers, because nobody at the high level was doing it. And I looked at his eco, and I looked at that position, and I'd already been prepping to make a video on it, and I was like, wait a second, I know what this is. Now it probably won't surprise DauT much. Like, DauT's making spears. So, I mean, he's thinking pikemen. And DauT's also making a stable probably for some camels or something, but here come the Step Lancers for TaToH. The first thing TaToH does, however, is drop a town center and a monastery. So while he is going to go for the Step Lancers, he's not going to be aggressive on this area. And again, I feel like this has been an invitation to abuse DauT's map. Pressure the hill. And TaToH choosing to try and take this into the late game. And Eventually, I think the Mongols can be good with their Mangadai and their Hussars, but you're just giving DauT an opportunity to stay alive here. Why skirms with that uptime from TaToH? Oh, you mean why skirms in general? Well, he wasn't sure what TaToH would go for. Remember, his scout didn't see it. So initially, he was thinking that if it's scouts, he's going to have spearmen. And then in the event it's archers, he's going to have skirms. And you can get away with doing this with the Byzantines. TaToH's trying to use the one range here with the step lancers. Look at this. He's even pulled the weak ones back. He's trying to poke from distance. It's like microing an archer, except much more difficult. Look at this. And it's right before DauT hits the next stage and can get pikemen. What a crazy engagement that was from TaToH. Beautiful. 14 kills and 0 deaths in this game for TaToH. This guy's putting on a clinic. DauT will drop his town centers, though. DauT hasn't lost a lot of eco, so that hurts, obviously. He's going to have step lancers and scouts to deal with. But dang. Can't help but wonder if maybe DauT should have run home there. I mean, he wasn't doing any real damage there to TaToH in the first place. He just gave TaToH an opportunity. There we go. DauT's got a kill. 15-1 now. And TaToH, the step lancer master. He will see the stable. I'm sure he's assuming camels. But look, guys, look at his scouting right now. TaToH almost has 100% of the map scouted at 22 minutes. He sees most of the relics, and that's what he's going for already. Remember, we saw the monastery. And TaToH 3 town centers, DauT 3 town centers. But again, with a couple camels, a little bit of map control, Byzantines are really scary. DauT's got good eco upgrades, as does TaToH. It's cheaper for you to make your units. It's cheaper for you to go imp. I love Byzantines in this spot, generally speaking. And the fact that DauT can work with these golds and possibly protect these golds with a castle in the future is going to be a pretty big deal for him. Still waiting to see what TaToH does with the monks. He hasn't brought the monks forward at all. DauT himself does have monks on the field. But TaToH could have gone for this relic already if he wanted to. He didn't do that. He's going for the furthest one first, but sometimes that can be seen as a risk. And now this guy's thinking twice about it, because I think you can convert here if you want to. But DauT might still choose to take the fight, or DauT now knows to bring more units in. But, oh, the conversion comes in anyways. Well played there from TaToH. He's got 3 monks on the field. DauT just has 2 right now. And remember, DauT doesn't have scouting. So DauT is looking for a relic where it does not exist. He has so little vision on this map compared to TaToH. I would say that that's about 35, maybe 40% for him. And then for TaToH, I think he's at 90%, let's just say. Also has been active with his scout over here, hoping to maybe see a monk. I think he has actually set waypoints with this scout to the other areas of the map. Now, sees that DauT has camels, sees that DauT has a monk there. And DauT's going to add stable number 2. So DauT's still making a lot of army. And still in a straight-up engagement, the camels should beat the step lancers. The step lancers obviously can do that micro move they did again and use the one-tile range. But the bonus damage from the camels is still pretty impressive. And of all the step lancers, guys, I think Mongol step lancers are actually the best right now. And that's simply because they have extra HP. The skirmishers scouting the map. And also, there's a monk there. TaToH knew about that one. But I think he's just going to have to allow DauT to get that. And sees that DauT has the 2 monks waiting. And is, I guess, here to heal up maybe, as he's going to add another stable, and he's still adding step lancers. So he believes that you can go straight up against what many would consider a counter unit. Like camels do counter step lancers. Can't counter cavalry. They have so much bonus damage. DauT with a little bit more than TaToH on stone. TaToH maybe even looking like he wants to go for a 4th town center. He's going to lose a monk here. That's sloppy from him because conversions can make all the difference as well as the healing. And I think this is the moment where DauT starts to feel like he can do this. Sure, he lost all those units before, but now he's got nice control. And if you ever engage against this, if you're TaToH, you are going to lose 3 units. And then Byzantines can heal up nicely, too. TaToH is going to try and pick off any reinforcements that might come forward, but it seems like DauT, expecting that, is just waiting on the hill. He's waiting for TaToH to make his move. And there, TaToH he made a camel, it got deleted there, because he ejected it out the wrong side. Due to the pressure here, TaToH's making mistakes. TaToH is currently pop-capped. And TaToH's now going to take the fight, but DauT sees it. DauT has 18 camels. I do not think straight step lancers is enough, but maybe with the hill. DauT's been so attentive with his army, though. It's tough for him, right? Because if he runs in 5 camels here, he loses them. So he needs to group up his army, and that's something TaToH's done a really good job of, is forcing DauT to be split apart, and TaToH goes in with the steps. He's going to cake a couple monks here. He also gets a conversion. And it's a nice grouping here for TaToH. Way better than maybe I had expected. He separates DauT's armies from each other. Easier said than done. And TaToH with 22 step lancers, DauT with 18 camels, and more on the way. Do you go for more attack upgrades here if you're TaToH? By the way, step lancers are surprising me. Doing a lot of damage here. I think you back up. You do not take that fight. That would be horrible. And DauT's going to take a camel back. We have pikemen now for TaToH. What? I like it. Actually, I like it. See, Mongols don't get halb, so no one ever makes pikemen with Mongols. You make Mangudai, you make step lancers, you make crossbows. But pikemen's actually not bad. Still not sure if TaToH can win this fight or not. Here we go. It's a big engagement. There's more conversions that will happen for DauT. And where's TaToH going? What's he doing? Indecisive. Wasn't sure if he should take the fight. Did initially leave the fight. Again, another monk's not going to get conversions here. And oh boy. Guys, I can already see it. In my mind, DauT's going to bring villagers forward. I already know it's going to happen. Forward hill in front of TaToH's base. Big army momentum. 29 camels versus 25 lancers. You know your opponent's switching to pikes. It's similar to before where he's producing everything right here. Yeah, DauT's going to bring that castle forward. He doesn't have to. But it just feels like a very DauT thing to do. And it feels like a very Byzantine thing to do. And again, DauT's just been living off of how good the mid-game is for the Byzantines. And TaToH's been very stubborn on Lancers. Could he have maybe switched the pikes faster? Could he have maybe had an upgrade in? Let's see if he can get himself out of this hole. DauT's going to have a lot of vision with these buildings because he's Byzantines too. So DauT will see this. This is good for DauT, though. I mean, he's going to be taking out the production buildings of the pikemen, which would be a worry to him, and killing some of the pikemen as well. Oh my goodness, the Lancers are going to mop up if they run in here. Does TaToH do that? Can he actually justify running into DauT's economy with this many Lancers? I'd be uneasy about running with all of them, and TaToH's going to send in some of them, probably flee with the others. DauT was thinking about the castle with some of these vills. Meanwhile, we've got pikemen and lancers and monks, and it's an awkward little fight. Still seems fine for DauT. DauT hasn't tracked this. DauT is falling behind in villagers. Lancers are great at killing villagers. TaToH's creating more pikemen. DauT's monks are healing so nicely here, though. Byzantines and their healing is incredible. They heal so fast. It's one of the most underrated bonuses in our game right now. I'll eventually maybe make a video on that, but for now, I've kind of got a tournament to complete, and we'll see if what I can get to after it. 40 army for DauT! I don't know, man. TaToH, I could see what he was trying there. I know exactly what was going through his mind. The Lancers were good enough for a time, and then he needed pikemen. But he can just not kill these camels. And finally, even though DauT's lost 22 villagers, he's going to waltz forward here. And this castle spot is probably just going to end the game. It's not going to end the game immediately, but it's just the perfect castle. There's nothing you can do about it. So when we thought, why Mongols? We knew TaToH would lame. We knew TaToH could have an early castle. And TaToH did a lot of good things. He got 4 relics. But you have to play so perfect to maintain that lead with the Mongols against the Byzantines. And the castle does end the game. The GG's called. Not every day you see someone lose 20 villagers and then end up winning the game immediately afterwards. But that's just because of the army control and the positioning here from DauT. TaToH had no answers. Mongols were highly questionable in the draft. I was very uncertain on where TaToH would play them. He probably wanted to steal a boar. He wanted feudal age to be a bit stronger than it was. And a great comeback there from DauT. What was it? Like 11 kills and 0 deaths there at one point? Great job from DauT to come back from that. And I think for TaToH, I think you need more monks than DauT. Again, tricky. Mongols don't really have the best monks. But I think you maybe need that on the hill. It felt like the second that he left that hill with those lancers, it was always going to be bad for him. Do you maybe take the fight with the Lancers versus the Camels there? I'm not sure. I felt Pikeman was maybe the slightly unnatural, but also at the same time natural thing to do against the Army comp. Obviously, it was a little too slow. And again, just great recovery from DauT. DauT was on 4 town centers behind this. So was TaToH, but the DauT's eco balance was perfect. And again, it's just so easy to spam units with Byzantines because it's just so freaking cheap. Great civilization for DauT. Great start to the series for him. Here's a look at the resources collected. TaToH did collect more food and wood, but sadly for him, he wasn't really able to put that into Pikeman. Was behind on gold and stone. Now, I know you're up against Byzantines, but what I was thinking was, with a faster castle age, after you clear this army... Okay, let's just go to that point. I guess he waited a while. Okay, so he clears this army and DauT's already in castle age, so I guess it would have been complicated. But my initial thought was, in Feudal, get a siege workshop up here and pressure this area. Like, look how bad DauT's map is. I know you don't need a lot of gold with Byzantines, but it felt like TaToH had the opportunity to really be aggressive there. And what some players will do is they'll sneak villagers there, have a siege workshop and monastery go up immediately. Because to me, it feels like you really have to pressure Biz, because the Castle Age and early Imperial Age potential for Byzantines is just far ahead of what the Mongols can do. But ultimately, I thought TaToH was just trying to get a big economy lead, hold the map, had faith in his Lancers, and it didn't work out. All right, so TaToH looking to respond. And again, we're speeding up quickly. I've got to do a better job at getting into these games, guys. But we are here in game 2. And I was saying this about DauT's draft. I really liked it. I know where he's going to play all of his civilizations. And then he goes and he picks Chinese here instead of on Regicide Fortress. So now I'm not entirely sure. Regicide Fortress is one of his home maps. Arena's another one. Chinese seemed like an easy pick on Fortress. So this could be a double whammy for DauT. If he loses this game, and then he ends up losing Fortress, and we're like, what was your plan there, DauT? What were you thinking? Could be a 2-for-1 special, but not in the way that DauT would enjoy it. Gold's biggest talking point on Ghost Lake. How awkward is it going to be? Looks like it'll be similarly awkward for both players here. Yes, the wall potential is there, and yes, they could take some safe gold, but for TaToH, he's certainly going to need to build up in front of his golds and stones here. This becomes the most important area. And then for DauT, his golds... They're wallable, and probably more wallable than TaToH's, particularly this one. But, I mean, he might not even have that really scouted at this point, right? If he doesn't know that wood line's there, he might not be able to utilize it. Extra sheep on Ghost Lake. Chinese could definitely use the extra food, and DauT's bringing in extra sheep. And for TaToH, he's trying to do the same. He's not really finding any, though. This could actually be really bad for him if he misses all 4 of these sheep. It's the risk when you go out early to scout and you don't scout your own resources. And a lot of people will go find their own resources after they find some of the sheep. But not DauT. If you saw that sheep, he's moving this way. Oh, God, if he went this way. Well, for an even game, I'm obviously very happy for TaToH that he's going to end up finding some of these. TaToH has to be careful that DauT doesn't steal the sheep here as well. He doesn't actually see DauT scout. Okay, he must have spotted something there, and TaToH will end up being okay. Why not pick Gurjaras for TaToH? I thought he would go Mayans on Arabia, though, to be fair. I think Mayans game 1 would have made more sense for me. I didn't see Mayans as a good pick on any of the other maps. So if he prefers to go Mayans here over Gurjaras, I don't hate it. I think Mayans is still a very good civilization here. But yeah, Gurjaras on a map with extra sheep can be strong. It's also possible TaToH wants to use Gurjaras on Fortified Clearing or Regicide Fortress. Because remember, we're still a little confused on where he wants to play those civilizations. So it might start to be clicking in my mind a little bit more now for TaToH. DauT with some thorough scouting of TaToH's base. Knows where the wood line is, the berries. And he's also double checking the front of TaToH's base. And on the front here, he's going to find the barracks. The barracks at this time means militia. He sees the flag as well. And so he'll know to prep some walls because TaToH's going to be coming forward. But yeah, the civs have been very different from the other sets, right? But TaToH's always been like that. TaToH's always been a player who kind of sets the meta. But sometimes when you're trying to be too wacky, it can end up looking bad, right? We've seen it from Vinchester over the years. TaToH, he's had his moments too. The DauT just looking to force down the walls before the militia come in. And the thing that TaToH won't know, even if DauT gets these walls down, is that this is actually kind of good for him. DauT walling with 8 villagers sets his economy back where it would be if he wasn't making the militia. But it won't feel like that for TaToH. Right now, it feels like TaToH forgot a house. So he's going to be like, what? This is quite bad unless it's intentional. He can't create a villager. He still hasn't dropped a house. There's the house, so that hurts. And DauT just clicks up to the next stage. He has walled in a gold. And this will not be fast castle or anything from DauT. I don't even know if he's going to make army, though. We'll see. Kind of feels like TaToH wanted to go drush fast castle, but he forgot the house, so... he is behind a villager where he should be. But if you're ever walled out, guys, and you have 2 militia like this, you bring your scout and you bring your militia and you attack a house. Because Dark Age houses have less armor now. In the past, this wouldn't have really been a thing. But look how fast that house goes down. And that forces DauT to either make a new house, or he has to pull a villager and repair the house. Which costs wood, but also that villager's then not collecting resources. So if you're not going to kill anything, this is absolutely the play. And speaking of houses, by the way, DauT might actually need to make one as well here. He needs to make the barracks, because it seems like he wants to go archers. And yeah, I think DauT's going to be housed as well here. So pretty sloppy start from both of these two, honestly. And TaToH's going drush fast castle, but his gold is forward, and DauT has scouted it. Oh, man. If you sense that TaToH's fast castle, you might even go forward in tower. There's DauT getting his house up right on time, proving me wrong. You see this gold, you see this gold, and you see this gold, and you don't see TaToH in feudal yet. It's a long way to run. So maybe you don't make that mad dash across the map, especially with Chinese when your economy is so good, but feels like you've got the option, you know? T90 caster curse is happening again. What, with getting housed? I mean, it happens. DauT noticed it. It's fine. It's not something that you would expect. I don't think DauT will be complaining too much with the fact he had to rush it down with 2 vills. All right, so some possible uneasiness for TaToH if he loses access to gold here. DauT Scout is just sitting there looking at this. He doesn't actually see any vills, but it's possible, depending on where he was standing, this whole time he might have spotted something. I'm trying to think, do you hear the gold miners? Do you hear that? Not you guys, not us, but as a player. And before you're like, no, that's stupid. You do actually hear onager shots 20 tiles away through the wood lines. Wonder how that works. Anyways, the archer there, I'm guessing not. The archer there does push this little drush away. TaToH won't care too much. He'll actually be happy that the archers have stayed at home to deal with him. And TaToH dropping his blacksmith. TaToH dropping a market. TaToH's not on stone, so this will not be plumed archers. But the fact he's got blacksmith market and no archer range does make me think a little bit right now. Wouldn't mind an archer range of his own to go for crossbowman, but the fact he's adding an eagle and a spearman makes me think maybe he wants to go all in eagles. What's the blue dot to the left of TaToH? It's a sheep. Yeah, DauT had sent a sheep there and never sent it home. So sheep's just chilling out over there. And normally you would go blacksmith and archer range. Market normally indicates you're dropping a town center before you do anything. And DauT's going to see that flag, and he's going to think it's probably just a spearman to end up killing his scout. But here he comes, and look at the army, and look at the vills. Now, TaToH, he has to be very resourceful in these moments, because you need to get a counter tower down, but you also need to get to counter tower down and not lose any villagers. And then, if your plan was a town center, you might need to get over to this stone here. So let's see. TaToH's going to see the archers. He is massing more eagles. These eagles won't be able to contest here in feudal age. DauT is bringing the vills. DauT's going to drop a tower, and I love this tower because it blocks off all the gold. This is TaToH's point of view. You have the counter tower immediately right here. Right here. Right away. I think. He backs away. He chooses not to deal with it, and so he will give up 2 golds, and he's just going to wall it off. Dang. So he really wants to save that stone for a town center then, guys. I wonder if he's going to be bold enough to sneak over here and try and build a town center. But I mean, if you don't have gold with the Mayans, you're going to have a really rough life. It does wall behind this properly. There's no holes that I can see. TaToH will have an army of, militia, a couple eagles, and a spearman. Nothing that can contest this. DauT now drops another tower, so there are 2 towers now on TaToH's golds. There is a world where TaToH opens siege push to push this back. I wouldn't hate that. I think he would just go siege workshop here. Remember, the feudal age eagles are stronger, so you get 7 base attack, but it doesn't help you much if you don't have upgrades. And yeah, so TaToH, without gold, will go siege defense. And now that I look back at DauT's economy, honestly, he's gone for a lot of army production, but he hasn't had a lot of farms. His eco is all-in archer eco. It's not an eco that's going to take him much later into this game. TaToH, more damage control. No Mangonel on the way because he went for the TC. This is important timing for him. But the second town center is not necessarily bad. It can be good in a game where villagers end up being important in late game, but DauT sees that. DauT backs away now. And DauT, now I think you wall in your original towers. And DauT's going to try and run in. DauT's trying to run in. No. You can't do that. Oh, my goodness. That was crazy. So what the play is there, guys, the town center will automatically attack the unit that's closest. And so what DauT was going to try and do was he's going to use the scout to distract because the first shot hit the scout. But he realized there, like, TaToH noticed me. And so TaToH would have manually tasked that town center to shoot on the archers. It would have been a disaster for DauT. But I'm telling you, man, like, you got to wall in these towers, DauT. But then again, he might end up losing some of them to the Mangonel. And TaToH's on 2 TCs. TaToH's on 2 TCs producing vills. DauT hasn't killed any villagers. And DauT didn't wall this one, so the villagers could actually take it out. I guess, then again, I guess it goes down anyways. I don't know, tricky. I guess, like, at the end of the day, DauT hasn't accomplished the amount of damage he was looking to do. He has denied golds, but TaToH's fast castle play seems to be working for now. TaToH will probably get back to this gold. DauT, though, is going to make a stable here. DauT is on the way to Castle Age. And I guess he wants to go knights, and he wants to combine that with some of his own siege. TaToH kind of lurking around here. Just trying to see what's up. And he does actually see the deer is dead here, so he might see the villagers are exposed. If DauT were to lose these villagers, it'd be a little sloppy. But he can always hop inside the tower and buy himself time. He really shouldn't be losing these villagers right now if you're DauT, but you've got some different things to look at. And TaToH's going to see this, and again, this is a bit painful. DauT loses his scout as well. Archers inside the tower will end up going down if he's not careful. TaToH just cool, calm, collected. Preparing his Mangonel. He's on 3 TCs, all in the same position. A lot of villagers on stone there. And DauT ends up deleting the stable. And TaToH knows that these archers in here could be easy pickings. So he's going to go for them here. And bam! Gets them. And yeah, remember that thing about the Eagles not having upgrades? Well, even though DauT's going to kill a villager here, the Eagles didn't necessarily need upgrades to get these kills after the Mangonel had their say. So, key now for TaToH is wall this. You cannot let knights run in here. You absolutely have to wall this. DauT has a knight on the way. DauT will drop TC number 2. He's 5 villagers behind. And DauT will continue with archers. He doesn't have many of them. Then he's also going to be going with siege. Now, TaToH wants a castle, guys. And he wants the castle badly. And if you had any guess on where you would place the castle, where would you guess? Maybe right here. Maybe the spot that DauT's been fixated on this entire freaking game. And that's going to be tough if DauT has the siege. So I think that's why TaToH's been so crazy with the stone, is because he wants the castle as quickly as possible. This is good from DauT. I know he hasn't upgraded this army, but this is doing anything he can to just delay TaToH and distract TaToH from where he really wants to push. TaToH also doesn't know that there's siege. I'm sure he could guess that siege could come in, but he hasn't confirmed that. I think, though, he could just place a safe castle and place it here. You don't place it far forward. Yeah, I mean, some of the villagers could still be ranged here, but I think this will likely go up. It is against DauT, though. Actually, the Mangonel could come in here. Did the archers die? It looks like the archers died. Okay. DauT denied a castle from Nikov, which relegated Nikov in the group stage. TaToH microing. There's also archers. Oh, great job from TaToH. Still hasn't lost a village to the siege. Still backing away. Castle's at 90%. DauT gets one more shot. Kills 2 vills, but DauT will not break through here. The castle's up. And TaToH, is he going to trap him? Oh, he traps him. What a play. What a play. Oh, my God. To do everything you have to do to play this game and then have the presence of mind there was just disgusting. TaToH traps 4 knights from DauT. He's like, yeah, don't you try and stop my castle. That's what you get for trying to stop my castle. Beautiful. Fletching's on the way now. So we'll see plumed archers. And, well, DauT, he's behind an eco. And now the Mayans are making plumes. Not a great situation to be in. And anytime you have a map like this where someone has really exposed golds, it can be great if you lock it down, and it can be awful, obviously, if you don't. So this castle now protecting both these golds, and the stone will be huge for TaToH. 23 on food for TaToH. Chinese, normally the civ that you're expecting more farms. More farms from. DauT has to catch up in that regard. All this said, though, DauT's on 4 town centers now, and DauT's going for elite skirm, and maybe he can defend from this. Shifting his siege over to the right side right now. He won't lose the siege here. Nice defense from him. But TaToH seems pretty alert. He seems to notice this. There's also a risk that DauT will forget about his villagers on that left-hand side. Oh my God. TaToH. Dude, I'd be really annoyed if I were DauT right now. What a shot, man. TaToH will lose his siege here, so I guess DauT will take that as a positive, but a 1-for-2 shot from TaToH. A healthy 2-to-1 KD. And we have not yet seen the end of TaToH's play here with the Mayans, right? Mayans only get stronger and stronger. If you don't have to fight with those plumes early, if you don't have to rush in Bodcanero, that means your economy is on fire. I don't think a forward castle would make sense, but TaToH might even be considering it with how this game is going. But by the time he gets over there, obviously, DauT might have something to prep. I think TaToH's next move needs to be to come over here and kill these villagers. You can see them because the tower's attacking your house, and that gives you vision around the tower. And DauT has likely forgotten about those villagers. Not to mention that that's your gold. Like, you really are going to want that area throughout this game. DauT at 70 villagers, TaToH at 80. Good time to be getting relics if you're both players. I think they're both considering it. DauT's getting relic number 1. And TaToH is getting relic number 1 as well. And here come the plumed archers. Neither player having Bodcanero with these economies is pretty wild. They're putting all their food into the Vill production right now. But DauT's even going for ballistics. And TaToH, I don't think, was expecting to see skirms there. So he's just going to run away. And he's dropping a castle here. He can see that there are villagers there to the left side. Feels like free kills. You can't let DauT take more of that gold, especially when you're the Mayans that relies on the gold more than most civilizations do in the long term. Still going to be fine, right? Still has potential to do damage. We'll see a monk here. Old man dies on the ice. But I would really like to see TaToH kill those villagers. I assume he's simply forgotten about them, as he's focused on everything else right now. Yeah, DauT is far from dead. You guys are right. And with TaToH having 2 castles in the same spot, if maybe DauT is an imp faster, he could push this position, go for some rams or trebs in this area, take TaToH off of all those resources again. And yeah, we knew that DauT wasn't really going to be able to do anything about all this. He does react here, but obviously those villagers are going to end up dying eventually. So good job from TaToH to finally push it. Kills 2 villagers. Should end up being 4 in the end. And then great job from DauT to defend over here with ballistics on the skirms. DauT will drop a defensive castle. And he's expanded quite nicely with his economy. He's really come back well in this game. Runs in with a knight. I like this. He just wants those 2 villagers to survive. Bring the sheep, man. Bring the sheep. TaToH, your castle. You got to get your castle to attack the knight, man. He's clicked his plumes here thinking the castle would do that. There you go. But all right, yeah, these buildings get cleared up. These villagers live to see another day. And these skirms over here are just going to make life extremely annoying and awkward for TaToH, who is probably thinking more and more about the eagle switch. The eagle switch is good, guys. But in my experience, sometimes players telegraph it too much and they make it way too obvious. So this is what I would like to see. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, okay? There are instances where I'm right and I'm wrong, and it's clear. Like, for example, when I place a farm, you know it's good. But I think you got to go full plume, force them hard into eagles. Force them hard into skirms. You've got like 30, 40 plumes. Then your economy's stronger as well, because this whole time you're producing lots of vills. You have more gold control, hopefully, more relics. And then, boom, then you go for the Eldorado eagle switch. I think if you open with eagles, it is a lot easier for the Chinese player to defend. And TaToH is going to drop the barracks now. Let's see what DauT does here. I'm very curious on this. Because if he scouts it, he could start going into Cavalier. And DauT has an outpost on this gold. That villager will likely die, but the outpost is important. There's also a neutral gold here. DauT has 2 relics. The 5th one is right here. The monasteries are a bit exposed, but if he loses this area, he probably loses the game anyways. Does TaToH have loom? Yes, he's had loom since the start. He's had loom since the start. Mayans will always get loom at the start, as will Chinese. So no one should be without loom right now. And DauT is continuing to make skirms. If you were to click these eagles right now, he could see the upgrades. But I guess it's not too obvious the eagles are upgraded because Eagle Warrior isn't even in yet for TaToH. And TaToH's going to try and place a castle there. And TaToH's plumed archers down here. Try and get the raid. Could lose the plumed archers to these skirms, though. No real sign from DauT that he is going to switch into Cav. And TaToH, fortunately, saves a couple of these units. T90 being right is 100% luck-based. Well, I know what's 100% skill-based is banning people from my chat. Huh! Yeah! I'm sorry. Are you the guy who got angry with me because I made the Brazil 7-1 joke last week? If you are, I brought it up again, so I apologize. We're good. I'm just joking. TaToH, okay, he's made it obvious enough now that he's going eagles. So DauT is not going to try and go for Cav. He's going for man-at-arms. He's going to try champion. My big concern for DauT would actually be lack of gold control. Or actually, it's not so much that he doesn't have access to gold, because his units aren't going to cost that much gold. It's actually the fact that the Mayan player will have more gold. So you want to control it to take it yourself, but you definitely don't want TaToH to have both of them. You guys remember that time, that really funny, really cool time, where I said that it's really hard to open with eagles and all the upgrades? Yeah, that was a fun time. Eldorado, Elite Eagle, first thing from TaToH. Waste no time with it. Nah, it's all good, Pedro. I'm just trolling. Now, this is again where the plumes become an important aspect of this game later on for TaToH. Champion, while it does take a long time to tech switch into, let's just assume that it holds for DauT. And I'm not so sure that it will. If it holds for DauT, those plumed archers will be good against the champions. Eldorado Eagles, best unique tech for Eagles in the game. Makes them the best Eagle Warriors in the game. Goes from 60 HP to 100 HP. And TaToH's just diving. And while I think DauT has the right idea in some ways, he's unable to get the quick wall down there. This will be a pain. And he's unable to get the stone walls here. And this is going to make matters worse as well. Now, if you look at the queue for TaToH, you see what he's doing? He's pulling DauT apart slowly. And then he wants to go for the kill against the castles with the Trebs. So he's massing those Trebs in the meantime. This is well executed from TaToH. And DauT, I wasn't expecting him to make so many Chukunu and to make so many skirms. I thought it would have been more obvious for him. TaToH surprising him with the Eagles. TaToH still getting great upgrades. And then look at the mass in the middle. This is where all the Trebs are going to come, possibly. Eagles are so devastating, man. Yeah, I guess opening with champs is slower than opening with eagles. You're right. You need so many upgrades. You have to go man-at-arms, long swordsman, two-handed swordsman, then champion. Then eagles are faster. So it's not a fun time. DauT's going to drop a castle here. Hope to get these walls down. TaToH dropping castle number 5 in this game. Just to protect that gold. And he's got 33 on gold, 45 on food. Again, I'd love to see TaToH, though, have plumes as well. Does DauT have Trebs? Where will DauT pressure here? He knows about this castle, so I feel like right now he's thinking about that. He also has fully stonewalled here. DauT needs to get Great Wall! The rare pro Great Wall research. I don't think he'll do it. And oh my god, I don't know if he'll last. He has more population. But goodbye, Chukunu. Goodbye, Trebs. Not really sure what DauT saw that made him go Chukunu here. He's played a lot of games in the past with Chinese where Chukunu have been strong. Chukunu's better than most archers against Eagles, but oh man, as he tries to get the walls down, TaToH just keeps flying in here and taking some incredible trades, killing so many villagers, and then he's got the Trebs here, and this is perfect from TaToH. And DauT fans have to be worried. Remember, Regicide Fortress is his home map, and Chinese are one of the best civilizations available for that. So to lose with Chinese here and then lose with Chinese, or without Chinese on Regicide Fortress would look especially bad. And TaToH, with a masterful display of how to control the map, he'll probably have siege on this side for this castle once he knows it's there. He could lose his Trebs. However, he packs them up. He's going to roll the Trebs away and back to his castle. And TaToH is starting to mass a few plumed archers now. Plumed archers become even more important now than Eagle Warriors. If you've got 30, 40 plumes, it's going to kill everything that DauT has on the map. TaToH only has 2 relics, so DauT has that going for him. DauT with 3. But neutral gold is more important. TaToH still didn't take any of this gold. TaToH has the sheep. Yeah, this sheep is blessed by God, so if you control this sheep, suddenly your units attack faster or some crap. That's not true. Ballistics on the way, armor on the way, and again, it's like Chukunu. I guess he's not making more of them, but I'm not seeing the champions. DauT must have a ton of army in his walls right now. I guess he was gathering them all up because he had cleared up so many raids. Now, 3 years ago, Chinese would be a little bit less questionable with the champion play based on our meta, but TaToH breaks through here and sends a couple eagles in the back. That's annoying. These days, since supplies was introduced, civs that go champions without supplies, it just feels more difficult and more awkward. But the champion is good against eagles, there's no question. Oh man, if TaToH can get through with this many eagles, the champions are kind of out of position. But I think it's probably more effective to just raid with a couple units, so that's what he'll do. Still, villagers getting killed off by these eagles. These eagles actually getting blocked off by the champions. Well played there from DauT. And TaToH's going to have to pull away from this one. Still surprised TaToH hasn't massed Trebs over here. But okay, never mind. He's got him. And TaToH could probably do with deleting a few villagers right now. 20 army is in queue. Really just needs more plumed archers right now. DauT needs a push at some point. There he goes, Elite Chukunu. Again, is that the unit you want here? Maybe he's forced into it because he's invested so much army into it, and he's kind of at the limit. Probably feels like this is bad anyways, so might as well try. And TaToH's just right back. Oh god, the speed is just such an issue for DauT's army. It's so slow. Oh. And he wanted to go to the left because he knew that he could trap that down, but now look, TaToH's just here. Ah. I don't even know what you do. TaToH doesn't even need to run in. I would run in with like, yeah, don't send them all. Just run back. Just run away. DauT's probably like, mobility is cheating, man. So some plumes go in, some eagles go in. The Trebs and the eagles will run away here. DauT is now going to have the same issue on this side. And there was maybe a question on TaToH's Mongols pick in game 1. There can be no question on Mayans, especially if they're beating the Chinese. Chinese has one of the best win rates in the entire season. And they've always been strong. And again, such a great job from TaToH, right? Always pulling away the Trebs at the proper time. Always ready to go for the next position. The only chance for DauT now would be if these trebuchets can push this castle and successfully start to snowball. Yeah, I think the supplies technology, it just helps players make that initial switch. It helps them when they're starting to go for the champion switch. But we've seen here, DauT has gotten to the champion numbers. There's been no question, even without supplies, that it's affordable. Oh no, DauT lured out of position. TaToH going in for the trebs. And DauT won't even go for the trebs here because he's dealing with this as well. Beautiful play from TaToH. He snipes the trebuchets. He might still lose his own, but he's still pressuring on this side, and there's just no real answer to the plumed archers now. There's plumes in and out of DauT's eco, and TaToH can simply just mass more plumes between his castles here, hold his position here, and he'll still have this game. DauT's population will drop hard right now, and he'll probably lose this castle too. Just in case, though. Just in case, you do need to sell what you can if you're TaToH. So he sells the wood, more gold, 40 on gold, and also received an extra 1,000 gold from selling the wood. And while he did lose some eagles here, he's still not really losing large numbers. The DauT's champion's just not able to approach the castles here. And DauT desperate to keep this castle up. He has no HP upgrades on these castles, so the masonry could have maybe been a helpful upgrade. And he's just sinking more and more stone into repairing a castle, which means he won't be able to make more. 58 plumes in the queue for TaToH, and then 28 eagles. My guess is, guys, that DauT was going to struggle one way or another here because he didn't do enough damage to TaToH early. But he just didn't expect TaToH to be so bold to open eagles. Almost every single time you see the plumes into the eagles, not the eagles back into the plumes. And TaToH had multiple castles. So it would have made sense for TaToH to go for the plumes. Also, you got to be a little careful here if you're TaToH. I guess losing some villagers now means your army count's going to go way up. But you do got to clear this up. And DauT's going to call the GG. He still can't hit that treb. And that's what I think it is. Having watched a lot of games with the Mayans since 2015, typically the order's just a little bit different there. And I still think DauT would have some struggles. But TaToH responds. And we've seen aggressive feudal plays on Ghost Lake. We've seen defensive plays on Ghost Lake. We've seen both players play defensive. We've seen both players play aggressive. This is a very different game in Dark Age and Feudal. TaToH, he went for the bold move of Fast Castle, and he showed amazing skill with damage control. He gave up all of his gold. He had no gold for the longest time, and at the end of this game, how much gold did he collect? Well, 21,000 gold, 10,000 more gold than DauT. Sick play from TaToH, ties up the series. And for DauT, I'm still worried. What is his plan for Regicide Fortress? Because it better be a good one. Because as a caster who has seen what Chinese can do on Regicide Fortress, it would pain me if he ends up losing that map. So the moments of truth. DauT lost game 2 with Chinese. Chinese, easy top 3 pick on Regicide Fortress. But he doesn't have Chinese available here, and he has instead gone for the Aztecs. We could see a lot of infantry in this game. But, you know, we also might get to see the new Burmese. Anyone pumped for the Burmese pick? Forget about DauT not picking Chinese on Regicide Fortress. TaToH didn't really have a great pick at all, at least based on what other people have been picking in this event. And TaToH's gone for the Burmese. I'll tell you what, man. There have been changes to the Arambai, and I would love to see how it performs here. The Arambai was once a really good unit. It has not really been seen as the best of units recently, but we'll see. I could see it being very strong against the Aztecs if the Aztecs go for eagles or any form of infantry. I could also see the Burmese infantry in general, like champions, being really strong in this matchup. And then, if you want to get especially excited, if champions come out from the Burmese, maybe we see the unique unit from the Aztecs, the Jaguar Warrior. But I'm expecting economy. Both these civs have great monks as well, so I'm expecting monks to play a role. And I am cautiously optimistic for this game. It's very different. We have not seen Aztecs or Burmese played once throughout the entirety of the group stage. Not a single time. So these guys breaking the meta. Also, with best of 5s and the fact that we implemented more bans, changes it up a little bit, right? In the group stage, there were not as many civ bans, and you wouldn't have as many games to play, so you wouldn't encounter as many civilizations. Maps look pretty good. Everyone starts with a castle. Everyone starts with walls and towers. Secondary golds are normally important to look at, and DauT's got 2 forward. TaToH also has 1 pretty far forward, and his stone's exposed. I guess this back area will be nice for TaToH. DauT did say that he expected TaToH to ban Regicide Fortress today. That wasn't like a secret thing. He said it on his stream, and he said, TaToH and I are pretty even on all maps, except for maybe Regicide Fortress, but I expect TaToH to ban that. Those were pretty much his words. DauT also said, T90, give me a home map and a strategy, and I'm going to do that strategy. And he didn't sound like he was joking. And I said fortified clearing, and I said a strategy with poles, which we'll talk about if we get there. And he did select poles, and he did select fortified clearing. Initially, I wouldn't tell him anything. I said, dude, I don't want to be held responsible, because he would 100% blame me. It would look bad for the tournament host to have told someone to do a strat, and then they lost with it, and I don't know. Sometimes people are always trying to find reasons to poke fun at me or be seriously upset with me, so I don't want to give people more reasons for that, because I'm kind of talking with my foot in the mouth half the time anyways, but I don't think he's going to do it. We'll see. Well, we'll talk about it then. I'm kind of going to leave you guys with a bit of a cliffhanger before fortified clearing actually happens. But odds are, with how close this series has been, we will see fortified clearing. So I'll tell you guys the build order when we get there. I didn't give DauT the exact build. And King's back inside now. King's not wanting to die to scouts. Makes sense. If you lose the king, you are dead. The king looks awesome, though. I think the Aztec king is the most fit king of all the kings. You could tell that guy runs fast. Not sure about the chubby kings from everybody else's kingdom. Didn't DauT ban the poles? Oh, did he ban the poles? I don't know. I thought he had picked the poles, but I could be wrong. Actually, I think you're right. I think it might have been banned. But again, we'll get there. Realistically, he probably wouldn't try my strat anyways. So Aztecs get 33% more gold per relic. Burmese see the relics. Like, you don't even need to scout them. You know where the relics are. Scouting the map is important for other reasons. I'm trying to think how many Erembai you would need to one-shot a monk with Sanctity. Any guesses, guys? I'm going with 3. Because Erembai have pretty high base attack, isn't it? Like 12? I guess an Aztec monk with Sanctity might be 4. In Burmese get the wood upgrade for free every age. Aztecs don't have that. You can make the Erembai out of the castle all the time. It costs wood and gold, so it's fairly realistic to do. And it's mobile. I doubt it's not going to make a Jaguar Warrior. Monks are slow and awkward to control. I think I prefer the Burmese here. But again, I'm not entirely sure. Probably like 8 because 5 shots will miss. Well, 2 volleys should be enough as well, right? If this was Arena, I would maybe favor the Aztecs more because the Aztecs could utilize their bonuses in different ways. But this is almost always based on economy because you have so much protection. Players are not going to go all in and aggressive here. And then you also have the Scout. And I guess at least at this stage, the Scout would kill the Eagle, but it's not going to kill the Eagle now. In Castle Age, the Eagle becomes stronger there. So, okay, we'll see. TaToH also put his king inside of his castle and not a tower. And DauT did the same. So let's hope they put it inside of a tower or put it somewhere safe. Because if you're making units out of your castle and you forget about it, you could easily send your king out into the open. I kind of wish you could convert kings, guys. It would be so funny for community games, especially. If we did the no garrison mod, where you couldn't garrison your kings, and then people could walk into your base acting like they're just going to get a relic, and they're walking by with the relic, dum-da-dum-da-dum, hey, what's up, king? Drop the relic, enemy you, whoa, just convert your king, and then you're dead. But you can't convert kings, so I was just thinking, if TaToH were to send his king to the middle by mistake, he should be able to outrun an eagle. But it's not like the monk could convert it. But 3 TCs for TaToH. Again, this should be more achievable because his eco upgrade's coming in for free. Got lots of food banks. TaToH will drop, DauT will drop the second town center. And here we have an Erembai, and we have a Scout. And that should be an easy pickup, assuming the Erembai hits. These are darts, by the way. These are darts that do 12 damage. Look them up, by the way. Go to Wikipedia and look up the Erembai. Like, these things, not that the majority of things in Age of Empires 2 didn't exist. I saw a clip, or not a clip of it. I saw a picture of it, and I was like, what? Pretty insane. I forget the cost of this unit. It's not the cheapest thing to afford, but 1 or 2 of them with your scout is obviously very strong. But I had mentioned how many of them does it take to take out an Aztec monk, because the monk could always convert the Arambai. And TaToH just wants to get this relic for now. There is an eagle protecting this relic, which TaToH might not expect. Now also has an eagle here. And again, they are both macroing and getting their eco on track. What changed about the Arambai? There have been changes to the Arambai multiple times. They used to have more attack, and they used to have less range. Ah, shoot, I forget. This unit's been around a long time. The biggest change, I think, with them, that's the most notable with how they used to play out, is they used to shred buildings really, really fast. They don't do that anymore. So, strategy that people used to go for was all in Arambai, and they might be behind you by 30 villagers, but it didn't matter because they would just come into your base and kill everything. All your TCs and everything would just go down. Okay, this is where the conversions become important. Like, this should be a conversion for DauT, and that needs to be a delete for TaToH. You cannot donate that. Oh my god! He deleted his scout by mistake! Oh my god! I mean, you deleted both, but now you don't have a scout. TaToH! How does that even happen? That's horrible. That scout would have been really helpful. You're not exactly going to make more of them. Ay, 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 ay. Gotta keep them grouped together. Monk is going for this relic. Now, DauT might notice that. I think it's going to be highly unlikely that TaToH gets away with it. But actually, DauT doesn't know the relic is there. TaToH... Guys, what if he just puts it in the corner and leaves it there? It just looks so funny. Anyways, here comes DauT's monk. TaToH should know about it, and DauT didn't exactly go for the conversion. And this is why, oh god, the inaccuracy is insane, but in the end, the conversion happens. Or, sorry, the conversion doesn't happen, the kill happens. But the first volley, everything missed, and then the second volley, everything hit. DauT doesn't have Sanctity, though, so he doesn't have any HP upgrades. And there goes TaToH's monk. Monk technologies are cheaper with the Burmese. So I personally would get Fervor. Then again, he's not really floating that much gold. And the Arambai here notices that there is a monk coming, and TaToH wisely going to be patient here, which I like. Just going to almost let DauT get it, and then go in there and kill that monk. Arambai is what I believe in the long term. DauT seems to believe in the monks, but I don't know if that'll be his actual unit comp. That monk goes down. This monk also going to go down. Wonder if DauT getting Sanctity could have led to him getting more conversions. But at the end of the day, I mean, he probably was going to lose these monks. And TaToH did do him a bit of a favor earlier in this game by deleting the scout. The scout could have been very helpful. A good job from DauT to find this. He didn't really have any tells that was coming back, but he was checking that area. And so DauT already with 2 relics is nice, getting 33% more gold per relic. The economy looking pretty good for both players. I think I would definitely prefer TaToH's economy. And I'm really liking the Arambai. TaToH stops, and like, look how fast he's killing the eagles here. So I don't think infantry can actually be your long-term if you're DauT. And I think you're going to have to end up going for something like skirmishers. Arambai. Oh, DauT is not going to be happy about that one. And TaToH's going to run away now. But TaToH's Arambai have looked really good. DauT finally getting Sanctities. Lost a lot of monks here. But he has been producing out of just 1 monastery. So sometimes you want the monk numbers over the upgrades. TaToH running away. TaToH waiting here. I'm sure DauT's expecting it. How patient will TaToH be here? Obviously, he's adding the 4 TC. He's got to add farms. It's hard to make the proper decisions in these moments. But DauT moving forward with 1 single monk. And wow, okay, there we go. What was that, 5 Arambai? The inaccuracy of the Arambai is, I guess, what makes it hard to judge. Still think that TaToH could take an engagement against this, but he just might need to mass up and maybe engage around here. But then again, you might not want to allow things to advance too far. Do you want to give the Aztecs that third relic? Or do you want to donate a few Erembi here? It seems like he wants to take the relic. He's okay with losing the Erembi. DauT doesn't have a lot more than just 2 monks in these eagles, so it makes sense. He might lose the Erembi. Oh, he's getting husbandry, so he's faster now. Tower MVP, by the way. Tower MVP. Tower. No. TaToH is just kidding. I'm back here, buddy. I'm back. What are you going to do about it? And I'm going to go in. I'm going to kill your monk, and I'm going to miss all my shots. Oh, no, I'm not. Kill the traitor. There's a new traitor you'll have to kill. And, oh, he's going to come back. Save him. Save Willie. Save Willie. Oh, he's back. He had second thoughts. What a play. Willie the Erembi. What a great story. It was my favorite story growing up. There was, you know, if you give a mouse a cookie, Willie the Erembi, and, you know, God, I'm so old. Something in the Big Bad Wolf. But I forget. God, I actually forget. Oh, never mind. TaToH clicks up to Imp. You guys can help me out on that one. 2 castles for TaToH soon. Third relic's coming in. And I'm liking TaToH's position, and he is still concerned that DauT could raid, so he will wall this up. But the Erembi look really good against the Aztecs. Might not be something I should bring up again, but Chukunu are an insane unit. And Chinese also have a better economy than the Aztecs. Could be a case of what could have been for the Lord. He's going to go for Arbalest. Now, something you should know about Aztecs is they don't get the final armor on their arbs. They also don't get thumb rings. So going for that is awkward. And then something you should also know is that there is a unique tech, which we might actually see here for the first time in pro play in like a really freaking long time, if ever. And that unique tech, that gives the stable line, I think it's stable line, or maybe it's light cav line, +7 attack versus archers. And TaToH wanting to take this position. DauT doesn't even have Bodkin yet. He only has 1 monk. Initially, I think TaToH will get scared about this, but if he knew the upgrades, he might have actually dove there. It's +5 damage to archers. Thank you. By the way, official petition for them to change the age that's researched in. There's no reason Halda, which is an elephant upgrade, should be the castle age tech. That's my thinking, and TaToH doesn't want to allow this castle to go up. And like I said, DauT doesn't have the upgrades yet. And the Erembi are going to get in close, and the Erembi are shredding! Oh my god! Ooh, this is for Willie. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, he'll finish this castle, and it's an amazing position. And how many times in Regicide Fortress have we talked about the middle position of the map leading up towards the potential to make trebuchets and whatnot? I really do not think DauT has many options here. He could try skirmishers now, but... And Aztec skirmishers are great, right, with the Eladil upgrade. But Erembi can still do damage like that to those skirmishers if they get in close. And there's always the stable units and those upgrades that could come behind for TaToH. At the moment, it really doesn't seem like TaToH's interested in making that switch. Eventually, he will start to bank the food, and then we'll see those stables drop, though, I'm sure. And TaToH is playing extremely safe here. And just look at the KD this game. 36 kills and 8 deaths. Seriously, you guys didn't answer. It's who in the Big Bad Wolf? This is blanking for me, and it's bothering me so much. Is it Red Riding Hood? What's wrong with me? I'm officially old, man. Oh my god. I don't have children. I don't really read books to my nephew. You know, it's been a long time since these thoughts have entered my brain. Is it Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf? And the 3 piggies? Okay, cool. Quick little side story about that. When I was like 4 or 5, my mom made a 5 cakes, okay? They were tiny little like cupcake things. You had like the little hut, you had the wolf, and you had the 3 pigs, right? Because we had 5 people in the family. I was obsessed with chocolate, and the only one that was chocolate was the wolf. And I was scared of the wolf and didn't eat it. Yeah, and I was scared of the wolf and didn't eat my chocolate cake. Exactly. And I've asked my mother many times, despite not remembering the name of everyone in the story to make me that cake again. And she said it was too much work. She said, sorry. One of these days I'm going to get that cake, man. And I'm going to eat my chocolate wolf. I got a photo somewhere I can show you. It's actually pretty cool. Anyways, Atlato skirms for DauT, and I think DauT's going to have some massive problems here. This game has just not flowed nicely for him at all. 2 relics is acceptable. That's never bad. That can happen on a bad day for Aztecs too, but trebuchets and bombard cannons, the light cavs coming in. Manipur cavalry could come in. Didn't Manipur cavalry used to affect the Arambai? Again, Burmese have seen a lot of changes with their Arambai and their unique techs. I still think it'd be really cool, though. Like, if you could get the tech that gave you +5 attack versus archers in Castle Age as a civilization that doesn't have good skirms, and that must be it right there. That would be really cool, and it can't be a lot of work. You switch this to the Castle Age tech so Burmese could do some crazy things in Castle Age when they're struggling against crossbow, maybe, or late Castle Age. And then Howda is an imp tech. No one's going for Howda in Castle Age anyways. It's extremely expensive because it's for elephants. It's just a thought. I think it'd be really cool. I don't think it would change things massively for the Burmese either. But if it doesn't change things massively, but it could change things slightly for a civ that's not picked a lot, yeah, maybe we'll see it more. I don't know. All that said, DauT's getting all his techs. He's going for Atlatl now. He also got Garland Wars, so both unique techs in effect here for the Aztecs. And DauT's got Arbalest. He's going to go Skirms, and he's going to go Pikes. And TaToH's got a couple Arambai over here being annoying. But this is going to be a massive buildup from TaToH. There was one thing that the Aztecs normally go for that will be missing, and that is monks. So I do not see what DauT does against the bombard cannons in combination with all of this. And as someone asks what counters lawn darts, it would be skirmishers, and it would be archers. You need a lot of range. But the main... Guys, the biggest thing about Regicide Fortress, besides your economies, is you want civilizations that can make use of the fact you start with a castle. We would not be seeing this if it wasn't Regicide Fortress. TaToH could make the Arambai because he started with the castle, and he could get the momentum. Aztecs cannot take advantage of that fact. I mean, they can. But I've yet to see a Jaguar Warrior, and the Jaguar Warrior is likely not going to be seen. So when you think of the Cumans and the Kipchaks and the Bengalis and the Ratha and then the Chinese and their Chukunu, all the civilizations that have excelled in this event have had one thing in common, and it's been the fact that their unique unit is strong and it's ranged. And here we go. TaToH moving to the hill. He's got his bombard cannons waiting, and he's going to take an engagement here. And I don't think these pikemen are going to last much longer, but the big thing here for TaToH, obviously, is you want to take out these castles and take the Aztec player off of gold. Let's see. The Hussars have died. You can see TaToH wants those trebs. He's taking out the castle. Boom! He's going to take the trebs. But he's losing cannons, guys. I don't know what's happening. I haven't seen enough fights to really be able to call this one. I think this is good for TaToH. I mean, even if it's 50-50, he's going to be able to raid DauT in this area now because DauT doesn't end up having a castle in this position. DauT's producing more pikemen, DauT's producing more skirms, and now TaToH's falling back, though. So, you know, Arambai hype, but also Arambai... Oh. I mean, Atlato skirms are still pretty insane. The extra range is especially helpful to get those shots from distance. But, you know, DauT has no control over the game right now. He's not pushing, right? He has to wait for a siege to mass. And so what TaToH does is TaToH just switches right over here. DauT's gold being forward and not really having a position to push has led to some big problems. And TaToH's just going to go for this castle and take the gold himself. It's an interesting decision here from TaToH. It almost feels like he wants to break into DauT's base. And if he does that, there is a king in that castle. Also, TaToH's not exactly defending this position anymore. I kind of expected it, I think, because he's getting masonry for his HP upgrades, but... I mean, TaToH, if you lose this hill, this could be really bad for you. It doesn't seem to have faith that he could take this engagement right now. DauT's making another castle behind this, and DauT has good resources. Okay, DauT is moving the king. He's moved the king into the town center. TaToH's clearly trying to break in so he can raid with his hussars. TaToH also is going to make bombard cannons here probably for those trebs. Let's see the fight round 2. See DauT focus firing the Arambai with those skirms? That's so good. And, you know, the Aztec Pikemen, they might not have the bonus damage of Halbs, but they still have all that extra attack. And DauT is holding! DauT is holding! Are you kidding? So the gate is open, but TaToH can't push, and now TaToH's going to lose this castle, and now DauT could push this castle too! What a crazy commitment from TaToH. I thought he would just try and keep pushing here. He desperately goes in with some Hussars to take out this Treb. He won't get it yet. There is a Bombard Cannon. He will absolutely lose this castle. There's no doubt in my mind. Now that Bombard Cannon's going for the Treb. I caught DauT getting Monk upgrades. I didn't catch if he got Redemption. Okay, it looks like he must have Redemption. There's a Monk coming trying to convert this. Now, Arambai number's pretty high. It's at 39. It doesn't feel like it, but it is. And the Monk has continued to follow here, and the Monk will not get the conversion, which will mean that DauT will still not be able to push up this hill. And TaToH is still in a position to dictate the pace of the game. Again, cannons will snipe the Treb. DauT, he will have a worse civilization without gold. I know he hasn't been spending a lot of gold, and that the Pikemen and Skirms do have bonuses, but you can't make Hussars or any stable units. You will struggle without gold in these games. And say goodbye to your Trebs, DauT. You still don't have an easy way to take this gold either. TaToH has 2k gold in the bank, and I still feel like TaToH is going to take this game, provided that he just grinds those castles down and doesn't lose his Bombard Cannons, as again he snipes another Monk. I think TaToH, you know, he really should have Blast Furnace at this point too. Not having Blast Furnace is painful. Oh man, I guess you got to use spread formation here with your with your skirms and your pikes. Try and spread out because of the way the Arambai engage. TaToH's destroying. DauT desperate to take out the castle with his last remaining Trebs. We'll lose all 3 of them here. And it's just so bad. Like, yes, TaToH played great. And Burmese hype and bonus after this, bonus after that. But to lose with Chinese on Ghost Lake and then not have Chinese available for Regicide Fortress is just... It's shocking from a player like DauT. Trying to be too fancy and trying to incorporate mind games when I think maybe it just wasn't needed. DauT's got 0 Trebs now and very little access to gold. So what do you guys think? Arambai sick or not? I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. I think that the best part about them is how TaToH was able to use them in the other stages of the game. It's not just Imp that impresses me. I think he needed that build-up. But in combination with the Hussars and, you know, other things that Burmese could still do, right? Like champions and whatnot. It seems like a fairly solid unit. It's mobile. It's somewhat tanky. I could see why players will want to do this. And, oh, man, TaToH getting more raids here. And obviously, DauT will put an end to this, but TaToH is just slowly grinding him down. It's very similar to the game number 2, where TaToH got the position on the map, and he just kept swinging back and forth, and DauT didn't really have an answer. I think the only way you lose this game if you're TaToH is if DauT is remaining with castles. Every time you take a castle out in late game, you're in a better position to have success. And TaToH's going to go this way. Still opens up an opportunity to be pushed in this area, but it's not like he's not waiting with cannons. And TaToH will just run in with the Hussars. I mean, yeah, why would you run in with the Arambai? Keep the Arambai in the middle of the map and just go in and raid with the Hussars again. And then if you have to, you could pull back here. You see what DauT's done? DauT's like, oh crap, I have to defend with everything. And he sends the army over. And then TaToH is ready for these trebuchets, just like we saw before. And DauT's army... Oh my god, big shot. DauT's army is just simply going to be out of position here. Crazy matchup. 2 players that know each other well. Very unique Civ matchup here. TaToH is yet to lose a Bombard Cannon. Oh, never mind. Jinxed him. Sorry. I was going to say he's yet to lose a Bombard Cannon, and then the Arambai and their fat butts got in the way. But watch this. Goodbye, Arbalest. It was nice knowing you. Okay, never mind. Didn't work. Wait for it. TaToH, getting close, getting close, getting close. Goodbye, Arbalest. Bam! Bam! It's kind of hard to get excited about it when chakrams exist right now, but it's still really strong. TaToH still needs cannons, though. He can't lose his castle. Finding more Vil kills over here, though. DauT's down to 90 villagers. And TaToH with 450 kills, 216 units lost. This castle has 50 of those kills too. And it was just waiting for those hussars, right? The pikemen get cleared out of the picture. Now the hussars come in. And TaToH does have more bomber cannons coming too. Looks like he still is this exposed. I guess DauT is kind of on that gold, but DauT will lose his trebs. And considering everything that I've stated about Chinese, I think DauT's going to be kicking himself for this one. This is bad. This is really, really bad to lose this game. To have lost the previous game and this game in the way he did, we'll never know, right? He could have gone into this Chinese versus Burmese, and the Erenbai could have dominated the Chinese as well. But it's things to think about. And I hope for DauT that he's going to be able to turn it around here, because he's gone down 2-1. And TaToH's probably got a big boost of confidence from that win, winning with the Burmese of all civilizations on Regicide Fortress. You know, TaToH's draft, it did have us asking questions about this map in particular. So he's answered the question. And again, I like the Burmese and the way they flow on this map. The wood upgrades were very helpful. The cheaper monk upgrades, knowing where the relics are. Guys, he said TG. You realize T is right above G on the keyboard, chat. No, he meant to say GG. Calm down, okay? He meant to say GG. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, just think of the bonuses. You know where the relics are, and it can be awkward to find. The cheaper monk technologies, the Erenbai, the wood upgrades. It flowed. And then Aztecs, I don't think DauT had a bad game. I really don't. I think he got enough relics that you would maybe expect. He was maybe hoping for a couple more conversions. But it's just more difficult. And then there's big questions on what your unit composition is going to be late. Granted, a lot of that could have to do with the fact that his opponent was making Erenbai. But still, I just think the Burmese fit more. And in 2023, oh, it's crazy to say. In 2023 Age of Empires 2, it's about the strategy and where it fits in your plans. Not sure how I like it, but we'll have to forget about it and move on. Also, I say we'll have to forget about it. I'm going to mention it at least 16 more times if DauT loses this series. Just saying. Because it's important. All right, guys. Here we are, game number 4. Catching up to speed. I will add this context for people who watch later on YouTube. DauT said, 1 minute, I need to reinstall my game. I think my monks are bugged. And we all chuckled at that a little bit. DauT clearly a little frustrated he didn't get more conversions in the previous game. Again, I kind of felt like I didn't see a situation where he felt super unlucky. He did move out quite frequently without HP upgrades on his monks, but clearly DauT realizing he's up against it. And good friends with TaToH, so obviously making jokes here or there. TaToH going for the Bohemians. And then DauT going for the Portuguese. Portuguese and Bohemians we've seen a lot, but I have not seen Portuguese that frequently on Fortified Clearing. For whatever reason, people prefer to see Portuguese on Arena. So I guess the main difference here is Portuguese might not be able to push the middle as easily because there are open sides. But honestly, guys, like if you can win with Arena or win on Arena with Portuguese by pushing the middle, I don't see why you can't do that here as well. Because Bohemians are not exactly a very mobile civilization themselves. And I think Bohemians are very frequently just going to be turtling up in their base anyways. But that is an aspect. The outer ring aspect is important on this map. Some players will wall it. Some players will assume there will be no aggression there, so they will not wall it. But more than anything, we tend to see fast castle. There's 5 relics towards the middle. There's 4 relics on either side. We have 2 relics on the right side. And then we have 2 relics on the left. And usually there's 2 additional stones and 2 additional golds. One of the stones is here and the other is here. Or is there more? No. I'm right. And then both the golds are here. So you could argue the left side is actually more important. Hard to get consistency with all these different factors on this map. So the things that are always consistent, though, is they have 2 golds at their base. So you can see DauT's here and here. And then you get 1 stone. Sorry, this is within the walls. And then you always have a golden stone outside the walls. There's just still a lot of stuff out there. In fact, how many tiles of gold do we have? Let's zoom out. We have 44 tiles of gold. And then we have 28 tiles of stone. And then 9 relics. And then how many trees? This is important. Wow, 200, 1,017 trees. You know, guys, we put a lot of work into making sure the maps was balanced with trees, and no, I'm kidding. Actually, I don't even think that's accurate because I think there's different types of trees, so now we have to read that type of tree, and that is 610 trees, yes. So, yeah. Kind of ran out of things to talk about, so. Did you just call Hussite wagons chunky? They are chunky. And old DauT needs this. DauT needs those pigs, and he didn't stay close enough. So he's not able to steal the pigs from TaToH. DauT's never really been known as much of a lamer. But stealing 200 food wouldn't have hurt. So I was watching... I'm really curious what DauT's going to do here. I watched DauT stream a lot last evening. And he was playing a game against FedEx. And now we're not using the most recent patch, but the most recent patch has a bug where maybe I shouldn't say this in front of a lot of people. No, I can say it. Maybe they should fix the game. Okay, basically, if you drop castle on the wall and you ungarrison the organs, they will ungarrison over the wall. Don't do this, guys. Seriously, like, don't go ruin someone's day by doing that crap, okay? And hopefully the devs will fix it. But anyways, DauT saw that. It happened to him. And it kind of seemed like he was also kind of dumbfounded by the build order in the first place to get the castle at that time. And we've been talking about these castle drop builds for a long time, right? So it's not really news to us. We've seen it a couple times in Platinum. But I'm curious if DauT's going to YOLO on the stone. My feeling, though, is that DauT is actually going to go monks. And I think he's going to go for a lot of monks. But we'll know based on if he goes for villagers on stone. This is a nice build, though, because you get some wood income from taking berries with the Portuguese. Oh, he's going for the same build. Literally said yesterday. Literally said, what is this? Because what happened was, it was the exact same uptime for his opponent, okay? And I'm not going to make a video about the game, because it was abusing a bug. But anyways, he was like, oh, it can't be organ guns, because that's too fast. He's probably going to go monks. And everyone in his chat was like, no, it's going to be monks, man, because all you guys have been watching Titans League. Shout out to you. Yeah, it's going to be all in organs. Now, I don't think DauT necessarily needs to do this forward, but TaToH sees it. TaToH knows. Also, there's no loom right now for DauT. So TaToH would love to kill the villager. And DauT still not getting loom either. So he's choosing not to get loom. He is bringing his scout home, however, so he could attack this and kill off this scout. So I think TaToH would actually prefer to get the villager kill. And that's a dead villager. The fact he's not getting loom tells me he won't be going forward. But DauT with 23 villagers now instead of 24 because of that. TaToH full well knows exactly what DauT's going for. And I think the counter to this, if you're TaToH, is you got to go for a lot of monks in the middle. And I think DauT will castle drop. I think DauT will actually do it because I see loom in queue. You wouldn't queue loom against a weak scout in this situation unless you want to run to the middle. Comeback Virtue says if anyone has an equal opportunity to use the bug, it's fair game in my opinion. Okay, cool. But I disagree with that. Like, there's been... never mind. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But yeah, maybe the devs could also patch the game because we're using the old patch because the new patch broke collision boxes and a couple other things too. So if me saying something and having a couple poor souls get bug abused, for an afternoon leads to it being fixed faster, then maybe it's a positive. I don't know. So TaToH, he's already shifted back here to have more on gold. And then here comes DauT. Tournament life on the line. He was second place in his group. Second place in a group that saw some big names get relegated. And there's the castle. Guys, he placed it on the wall. I'm so glad for another reason that we didn't use the patch that DauT had this happen to him in the last night's game. Because I guarantee he's trying to drop these organs over the wall. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't be a thing. But this is precisely what I saw like 20 hours ago. Again, if the bug is working, they'll go over top the wall. Please, game, don't be bugged. I hope the old patch works. It's just such a DauT thing to have that happen to him and then just immediately go try and YOLO it here. Okay, he's going to make an organ gun. Now, what should have to happen is he has to break through the wall. I'm curious on if he's going to set his gather point over here. Because if you're not expecting the bug to work, you just keep your organ gun garrisoned. I think he just tried. I think he just tried to garrison over the wall. I need to ask him later. Because, yeah, you actually want the unit inside the castle to act as extra arrows right now. It's not that big a deal. But, okay. I mean, thank God it didn't work, right? You might also have just set the gather point here. It's not a bad strat to drop the castle on someone's walls anyways. TaToH with double monastery, and he's just created an extra layer of walls here. And let's see if DauT can take us to an all-deciding 5th game. DauT is really all in at the moment. But he's going to be able to snag some relics. And this build order, man, this strategy is just insane. It is so hard to stop. Because Portuguese receive wood from berries, it allows them to be up that much faster and execute on this build. Without that, we wouldn't be seeing this with the same frequency. Because organ guns were always strong, but it was giving them that bonus. TaToH getting redemption now. He's about to have a couple monks. But you need to research redemption, which is so pricey to be able to convert these organs. And DauT is going for a big move here, guys. He's got a petard. Now, the petard might be enough to actually break him through immediately. TaToH has redemption now, though. The scout goes in. And DauT, he's in a position to kill. Let's see. Monks are hopping out. DauT trying to kill the monks. He complained about monks before, and he's going to kill both the monks. He kills the monks, and he's through. And it's so tough. This is Bohemians. They have the gold mining upgrades for free. If anyone's going to be able to afford to make, the monks and get the monk upgrades, it would be the Bohemians. And if the Bohemians can't stop this, who can? TaToH hasn't lost a ton of villagers yet. He's making more monks, and this was clutch. This might have saved TaToH's game here. He actually re-walled it. So now DauT has 3 organ guns and a scout kind of trapped here. And TaToH is able to escape right now. Now, something that DauT is going to build up towards is Imp. He's got lots of farming eco. So his plan here is to eventually go to the Imperial Age as he's even buying food. Now, TaToH will commit everything he has towards trying to stop this push. And then by the time he's finally stabilized, possibly, his opponent's going to be in the Imperial Age with trebuchets. It is a really tough strategy to stop. We've seen it work against the best players in the world in Platinum League. And Portuguese have been high up on the ban list even, for a reason. Still, though, I like how TaToH has defended from this. Even here, he's blocking the scout, and look at that. He actually is able to convert. He's healing up his own monks here. And all of a sudden, TaToH's got 4 monks. He's got 2 organs, and he's got a dream. DauT's going to be an imp. Now, guys, the Feitoria has been around a long time. And the dominating conversation with the Feitoria has been, Feitoria is just not good enough to work with the population space, okay? It takes up 20 pop space. It costs 250 stone and 250 gold. It's not worth it, is what, for the last year or two, I've said, with the exception of maybe island games, where you're going to run out of resources like wood. That logic is gone from my mind. Because with how good the Portuguese all-in is currently, and how tough it's been for TaToH to defend from it, to even stabilize from it. And then how good the imp time can be. What is amazing is if you can end up having 2 or 3 Feitorias on the back of 35 villagers and a forward castle and trebs. And then also monks that are only 80 gold. And then you, of course, have more range on your monks because of all those upgrades. And it's just really, really tricky. DauT's stonewalling this side because he knows the organ guns are coming. And TaToH is absolutely coming. TaToH almost was able to block that off. And DauT, for whatever reason, has brought his petard home. But yeah, good work from TaToH and good work from DauT as well to stop TaToH from getting through the backside of his base. But we do have a villager and a monk coming from TaToH, so who knows what he's going to do with that. TaToH has 0 relics. He's working on getting some. DauT's going to have lots of monks and trebs in the middle. And DauT's going to petard the scout. I've never seen that. TaToH is also very confused. At least DauT gets a chuckle out of it. Oh, I was just saying before this, guys, DauT's my favorite player to watch these days. No one is as entertaining as DauT. Even in tournaments. Like, I said ranked games before we started this, and I agree that DauT is by far the best player to watch play ranked games. But tournaments too, dude. He's just a treat. And, I mean, it's going to be awkward for him at the moment. He's got to actually send some units back here to deal with this. So credit to TaToH for trying to pressure. And let's see how aware TaToH is, too, because if he could keep the scout alive and convert that organ, DauT could have massive problems. DauT, you can't give up the organ. Oh, he deleted it. Nice. There's still going to be 2 organs and a monk in, though. DauT's making a treb. TaToH's getting chemistry. And I love how TaToH has started to loop around the sides here with his economy. And he's doing it again. So TaToH will be in Castle Age forever. But you know what his presence would do back here? It would actually stop DauT from making Fatorias. Does DauT have to run to the middle to make Fatorias right behind his castle? What in the world? Archer range there for TaToH. DauT has brought monks home, but he actually has to get redemption so he can convert his own organ guns. That's funny. TaToH should delete those. I think you delete those. Okay, he doesn't delete them. But DauT also kind of made... Oh no. Don't lose your monks. I know they're cheap. Oh, TaToH with the value. That was disgusting. That was so good. I know that maybe DauT could have done a slightly better job there, but that was just clean from TaToH. And don't tell me he's going to convert another organ. He's losing his TC to a treb right now, TaToH. Are you kidding me? Now DauT deletes that, and now DauT's going to donate a villager. This organ gun's going to be repaired. More villagers are going down, and DauT is just disaster time. Holy crap. TaToH is amazing right now in these tiny little movements. And, you know, DauT better be careful with that Fatoria. If TaToH makes enough monks, TaToH could convert the Fatoria. And I'd love for that to happen because I got my Fatoria converted once. People made a song about it. People made jokes. And that's content, but it still hurts, you know? Still keeps me up at night. My goodness. YOLO eco here from DauT. Hoping to stay alive here. And he's got hand cannons to deal with too. Atonement is being researched now by TaToH. I don't know if Atonement has been researched by DauT because I've been distracted. But you would hope that he has actually researched that. Because he has 12 range on his monks with block printing. Actually, block printing is just now coming in. Which should lead to him being able to convert the organs and the hand cannons and everything pretty easily. So TaToH needs to be careful. And okay, DauT does actually have Atonement. So now he needs to hope for the conversion luck. And DauT got it. But it's still a distraction. And I think it's a nice distraction to have if you're TaToH right now. Because DauT just can't push because of this little side play. It's super annoying. And meanwhile, TaToH's adding all these vills. Meanwhile, though, TaToH's got trebs to deal with. And having been in this situation before, it's not very easy to be able to relocate your economy and add farms and do whatever you need to do. It's actually easier to push and be in DauT's position. And the monks just switching sides here, all very confused. And then here, it's all the more confusing as well. But again, if DauT didn't have Fatorias, this game is completely over. But if DauT didn't have Fatorias, he probably wouldn't have gone Imp. And again, what makes the Fatoria play so strong is TaToH's going to run away with the relics, is actually the fact that the organ guns are as good as they are. That should be a delete for TaToH, I think. He chooses not to. Still trying to keep an eye on his economy. This is an amazing game. I mean, he might move over to the right side. I think an underrated move now for food is actually to start dropping mills on all the berries, because you just don't have time to seed farms. DauT Fatoria number 3. And it's just got to be monks and trebs for him, and his monks will always outrange TaToH's monks. I still think that DauT should absolutely win this game. I think this will be possibly the last tourney we see Portuguese at their current strength. It's been that dominant, but then again, TaToH holds. Oh, he's gonna convert the Fatoria! Go, 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 go! No way! Get it! I don't want to be the only one. Get it! If he converts these, this would be amazing. Oh, he converts DauT's monk. TaToH's trying to convert the Fatorias. He gets it! TaToH now has a Feitoria. Screw you, Portuguese. I now have your power. Oh my god. Let's go. Now, he's now pop capped, which is kind of awkward. He wasn't expecting that. But, I mean, what does DauT convert it back now? DauT should convert it back, right? Oh my goodness, this game. Oh. DauT's not finished yet, guys. He still has monks, he still has trebs, and he still could win this game, despite being a Feitoria down. Despite maybe losing his main eco. DauT having to hop inside the TC with what little he has here. And they're both going to drop castles here. Oh, God. Oh, this is insane. And feels very memey and very silly, but this is a very serious moment for both players. And, you know, the winner of this series could move on, win the next series, win the whole freaking thing, right? That's the goal. I think DauT's in a better position, though, because DauT here is able to treb down TaToH's castle. DauT will also complete his castle, and DauT still has more monks there. TaToH trying to convert the next Feitoria, and the hand cannon that was converted a moment ago gets converted. And now there's more hand cannons, and there's also monks. But just think of all the things that TaToH's had to do in this game, right? Him losing this game. I think it tells you everything about how ridiculous Portuguese are right now. TaToH just can't... Like, his only answer to convert the trebs would be to make monks. He can pretty much never go imp, I think, because he's just going to keep losing everything. And DauT's monks always have more range. So I think TaToH has played incredibly well. Like, way better than you could ever expect a player to play against this. This was such an important moment. But he still is just going to have to relocate constantly. Maybe now, honestly, I think you got to stop making vills if you're TaToH. Maybe that's it. I mean, he's on the right side. He's on the left side. People want this map in ranked, guys, and I don't blame him. Holy crap. And DauT had to delete a Feitoria because he didn't want to donate that one to TaToH. But again, maybe just cancel villagers just for a second, TaToH. Just wait. So the thing that DauT's doing that's epic is every time he moves forward, he always has a castle. In the event that TaToH wants to go Lightcav, which he's going to try, Lightcav can't really get close to the castle fire. So DauT just continues to loop around and drop castles. If this game continues, DauT might end up having like 16 castles, and he will have come around in a circle. As TaToH's dropping new TCs like they're houses right now. This is important. The fact that he's on the left side is great. This should actually be your farming eco if you can think about it if you're TaToH. But having tried to run around on this map, because I played it before and been in a similar awkward position, it's not easy to think about that as you're losing everything. It's easy for us. I mean, it's not even easy for us. I'm trying my best out here, but this is just incredible. Monks are converting villagers here, so TaToH will have a new economy. I mean, TaToH might as well make a TC where DauT's TC is. And DauT has been trying to send monks home, and that's been important. See, DauT is distracted. DauT is distracted because TaToH's at his base. TaToH has 100 villagers. And it's only 24 villagers for DauT. And actually only one Feitoria. He only has one Feitoria, guys. He's got 50 working population. He's going to lose this town center. The Feitoria thing was hilarious and ridiculous and all types of things. Don't get me wrong. If TaToH hadn't done that, I think DauT would have been able to continue this push a lot easier. Let's see. TaToH will take out the town center. Some monks are on the way from DauT. We'll now see the Lightcav. I was wondering where the Lightcav would come from. And that's our answer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, they're tied 1-for-1 with Feitorias. It's just the fact that DauT has 21 monks and castles to protect those monks. And TaToH will continue to lose ground. Someone earlier was like, man, I don't know if watching these arena games makes me want to ban it or play it. I can relate to that statement. These games are incredible. But sometimes you don't want to be on the other side of it. Holy crap. Two amazing players. DauT now making a Feitoria in the middle of the map. He's got cheap monks, right? So he's just going to make more of them. Here trying his best to convert. He can convert a lot of monks. Obviously, life will be good again. He's still got 24 monks on the field. TaToH doesn't have that many light cav. He doesn't have the food eco, guys. And if DauT could drop another castle here, he can continue his push. Now, TaToH is massing stables here. He's definitely thinking of engaging finally on this side. I'm trying to follow things. This has been so important for TaToH yet again. This is the bulk of his farming eco. 16 of his 18 on food is there, and DauT runs into a castle. Oh, boy. The score is 2-1, both with the game and also with the Fetorias. That said, DauT, he's winning the Fetoria battle and not the game battle, not the series battle. And TaToH, here you just have to wait. And when you make this play, you make sure you have as many light cav as possible. You could afford to give up your castle. You don't have to YOLO it now. If you feel like you can't engage just yet, just let the castle go down and then take the engagement. DauT is converting his Fetoria back. Oh my goodness. Delete it, TaToH. That's the source of all of his powers. Delete it. DauT's very focused on reclaiming this territory, and I don't blame him. He converted his Fetoria back. Man, you guys redecorate in here or what? You know, he's like, come on, man. This looks a little different. It's kind of on fire. What'd you do to it? You didn't even take care of it? Don't borrow a friend's Fetoria and not remember to clean it, guys. Seriously, it's just common sense. Oh, my word. DauT could still win this game. He's got 45 army. 29 monks can convert every single thing TaToH has. I'm not kidding. It might also give you carpal tunnel to click this much, but, I mean, DauT's been playing Age of Empires for 20 years. He can do it. He can absolutely do it. Look at how many light cav he has, and then look at all the monks go down on this side. And the Trebs as well. Oh, man. You could tell where both players were looking. You could especially tell where the monk player was looking, because monks are a lot harder to control. Oh, bring a monk and convert the Trebs, TaToH. That would be amazing. Also, TaToH's now getting Heresy, still in Castle Age, still pumping villagers. And Heresy means if your unit is converted, it will die. That also includes the buildings, so you don't actually need to delete your buildings now. It'll just happen for you. So TaToH's going to struggle now to push this area. He will probably circle everything this way. This is kind of funny. DauT had walled this way earlier. So TaToH will have to wait to go through there. The TaToH is starting to get converted here. And here comes DauT with another castle. Oh my god. And to anyone saying that like TaToH needs to go Imp, I'm not sure what he really gains from Imp right now. Like, the light cav don't get much stronger in Imp. At the end of the day, you're just up against monks and Trebs. It would give you access to your own siege, yes. What TaToH really needs to stop, though, is this type of castle. This left side is his safe space, and so he sees this, and I think he's going to send villagers to stop it. But now he realizes, oh no, there's light cav. And these light cav know all the Bohemian secrets. They were on the Bohemian side for a long time. It's a dangerous situation, but I mean, maybe with some more stables, TaToH could do it, but DauT is through on this side too! And TaToH's going back over here, and like, what is happening? You go Rams if you're TaToH on this side? That's a lot of castles. DauT's definitely fixated on the left corner now. This is insane. Guys, DauT has 21 villagers. This is just ridiculous. This civilization and what is possible, it does not feel real. And that's why I seriously say, in a very crazy game where we're all having fun, having a good time, I seriously say, we may see a tweak to the Fetoria or something at some point, because this is, you know, the devs they're going to look at this and be like, maybe this has gone on for far too long. But for the time being, we'll enjoy it. We'll try and understand it. And I still do not think that TaToH has the easiest way back now. Believe it or not, guys, he actually has no gold income. The left side is his gold income. He needs to get all of his light cav there. He just found gold in DauT's original base. He converted his Fetoria back. Missed that. All right, there you go. I still think TaToH should go Imp. I know that I said that he doesn't gain a lot from it, but one of these TCs over here has to take you to Imp at some point, right? Just for at least, like, capped Ram or, like, Trebs or something? Having to make spears against your own light cav is a really crappy feeling. Oh, my God. How many times in this event am I going to say this is one of the craziest games I've ever seen? And it's always seems to be on these closed maps. Now, it's worth it here. Just take out all DauT's monks. Also, someone said DauT no TC challenge. That's true. He hasn't had a town center in a very long time. TaToH is imping. I imagine it. That TC! No! TaToH! Okay, he canceled it. He canceled it. Okay, he thought about it. Thank God. DauT has more army than him. DauT's going for Cavalier. That could be the killer blow, guys. Victorias are good enough where you can have 21 villagers and be making Cavalier. Obviously, as DauT tries to convert his Victoria back again, that's just normal to us now. We're not even surprised by it. A lot of that does, again, circle back to the other Portuguese bonuses. The fact that Portuguese units are so cheap with gold. TaToH says, I need that Victoria. That's mine now. All right? I was not renting. I purchased. Okay, so TaToH is mining gold in DauT's original base. DauT's eco is here on our screens. DauT is making a town center, so we can finally get more vills. TaToH has pikemen. He's now stonewalling this. He is 39 on food. Also, just a basic observation, I feel like DauT... Actually, I was going to say that I think it's harder to play from TaToH's position than DauT's. And I do think that statement's kind of true. But also at the same time, DauT has done a really good job. I don't want to take anything away from him. Only 7 minutes of TC idle time. Because he hasn't really had a TC. Next level strats. DauT did add another Victoria. A light cav looping in here for TaToH. And can TaToH kill this guy, who's only had 20 villagers for so long? He will kill most of the monks here, and he will have pikemen, and he will force DauT off of this gold now, which is very helpful for TaToH. So Victorias take up 20 population space. DauT now has busted through this right side where TaToH doesn't have barracks. TaToH does not have army here because TaToH has army over here. And DauT could kill TaToH's everything with Cavalier. That said, he doesn't have many, but Cavalier's Cavalier. It's no joke. So TaToH's going to need to make barracks there too. But now TaToH could maybe push the middle, like this light cav and this here. He could see this. So maybe pushing up the middle from where DauT's original base was makes sense. Also, TaToH's researching Halp in that barracks. We'll have to pay attention if that actually completes. And he does see the Cavalier here and is adding more stone walls. Guys, this game is incredible. I don't know if Bohemians get fortified wall, by the way, but if you do, you have to research it here if you're TaToH. I think both players have done the right thing to give themselves a chance to win this game. DauT has to push that right side and kill quickly. If Victorias, as exciting as they are, it's beginning to feel like they're not enough. TaToH has been everywhere on this map. No exaggeration. Probably has scouted the whole map too. Yep, pretty much. Stone wall! Let's go! Stone wall faster! Buy stone. Please. Buy stone. TaToH. He's pushing mid right now. He needs to buy stone. Oh no. Oh no, the cav could come through. He doesn't have barracks here. Oh no. He noticed. He ran out of stone. Panic. Okay, there he goes. He will get enough down to buy himself more time as he pushes the middle. He was making bombard cannons. I don't even know from where. Okay, so he has cannons here. He's definitely trying to push the stables and the Victorias. I think if TaToH were to... Oh, there's fortified wall. Let's go. If TaToH were to make barracks here, or if he were to just send some halbs there, he would be okay against that. But he doesn't want to take away from his push in the middle. TaToH has 140 villagers. I got excited because I thought he was going to research the tech that makes his monks just cost food. I've never seen that research in a competitive 1v1. But it might honestly be worth it with the way this game's going. Monks will be valuable for you. You have food. But instead he goes for the faster gunpowder techs as he slowly inches forward here. But can you imagine just how much you have to pay attention to this? Because a monk could convert you at any time. TaToH could maybe think about pushing that eventually as well. But obviously the right side is the key. And he's just made another layer. And he's using his cannons from behind this. Now there's no hole there, right? Oh, of course there is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it was the perfect strat. One cannon could have held against everything. Disaster. So DauT still has a chance, guys. DauT still has his 4 Fatorias. TaToH still hasn't been able to push it. DauT's got random cav raiding. He could raid the golds. He could raid the stones. He could... Oh my god, he's got a chance. 37 villagers and 4 Fatorias. Insane. And TaToH is... The biggest issue for him right now is actually pop cap. So as he goes to produce things here, he might not get the army where he needs it. He's just got army in all these different spots. TaToH converted another Fatoria, so that's not going to help him being pop capped. Worth it. Let's go. Do you like convert them and then delete them at this point? TaToH's going to lose all of his bills over here. I think the Fatoria kind of hurts him. Convert another Fatoria? No, didn't work. No, paying attention. I'm a little dizzy and confused and really trying my best. I hope you guys can follow this game because I'm losing my mind right now. And DauT's going to roll in with the Trebs. Again, if TaToH could actually produce here, you could maybe take out those Trebs, but he can't because he has the Fatorias. I actually think you delete one with those resources. Delete one of them to free up some pop space. But then again, I guess you've got like way more villagers than DauT does. I mean, the risk here is if you don't have military, not if you don't have economy. You kind of have resources. I guess DauT's running out of steam here. He might lose those Trebs. That was raiding here. TaToH kind of found it. That Fatoria was deleted as he converted a new one. So TaToH has now converted 4 separate Fatorias this game? 3, 4? When I lost my Fatoria, I just lost the game and someone made a song out of it. And it was a really heads-up play in the early game. But DauT's just making more Fatorias. Holy crap. But guys, I think TaToH's finally done it. Somehow, some way, I think he's finally done it. The relics are also right here for DauT. That obviously has helped him quite a bit. DauT's not able to progress any further on this side. He's not making much progress over here either. He will lose the middle area. So he will lose all of his castles. And while the Fatorias kept him in this game, and it produced one of the crazier games you'll see, it wasn't enough because TaToH ran all around the map. How do I title that game? How do we remember this forever? I need answers. I need ideas, seriously, because I don't think whatever I do for a thumbnail or for a description or for a thumbnail is going to be able to do this justice. Just a reminder, TaToH started here. This is what this game started like. And it somehow ended like this. What an unbelievable game. A crazy game. I mean, don't share this to the people you're trying to get into Age of Empires 2, guys, okay? This is definitely one of those that you don't show someone who's new because they're going to be very confused. They're going to say this game's overwhelming and they're going to go back to playing Minecraft. This one you save for the people who maybe have a little bit more game understanding because you really have to understand how the game normally flows to really have an appreciation for this. Ridiculous game. TaToH does win this series in Titans League round of 12. Sadly for DauT, that means he is out. But not without some entertainment, not without some fun. And again, just a beautiful game that I really have no words for to truly describe. I think it's just a good combination of the Civ matchup, a good combination of the players, and a good combination of the map. And occasionally all those things just combine perfectly and we have a game like that. Look at all the text TaToH had to research in this game. Look at all the things he had to do. DauT was just like monks, Fatorias, Trebs. 80,000 resources versus 47,000. But DauT had 47,000. What was his total vill count in that game? His total vill count, like how many vills he actually had in the entire game, was 88. His max was 48. So you can look at the economy and say 47,000 versus 80,000. Obviously, eco is better. But, like, look at the stats. Think of how expensive villagers are. And then think about the difference there. I mean, that's not actually that insane. Let's look at let's look at a couple other things here. Let's look at like military pop. Well, that was it, right? Now, a lot of that was monks. I don't have monk population, but you have economy population added in. Obviously, it changes things massively. But down had the dark blue. He was able to hang in there for a long time because of it, but then, yeah, just eventually lost it all. What was the APM like this game? Honestly, a little surprised. I'm not calling DauT a slow player. He's a quick player. He's way faster than people give him credit for. I'm very surprised that TaToH was able to have... it was on par with DauT with how much he had to do there with so many different town centers. I wanted to see how many conversions there were as well. It was actually fairly close. And when I saw TaToH going for his own monks in Castle Age, I really didn't think that that would have made the difference. But it kind of did. And honestly, I think this game is won by DauT if TaToH never gets through here. TaToH getting through on this left side midway through this game. Yeah, at this point, he's already through. That changed the game. DauT was so distracted. DauT found so much success on the right side and the left side while being distracted here and losing Fatorias. If DauT's walls would have held and this would have never happened, I don't think TaToH ends up winning this game. So great heads-up play from TaToH to be able to make it messy and to somehow run on both sides and just continue to flee. It was an incredible one. Again, I've kind of said my piece, and I hope people enjoyed it, but certainly one we'll remember for a very long time.